Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to Fenway Park.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Red Sox collector Dan McGraw here, coming at you with a mail. Well, I wouldn't say mail day, but the last few mail days of new stuff that I've picked up, including a kind of semi-holy grail type item that I picked up about a week or 10 days ago, and I actually did a video on it and never posted it. I didn't really realize it till now. So I definitely wanted to show that card because it's a very iconic card in the hobby, and certainly one of the top 3 or 4 Red Sox cards that I now own in my collection. So I'm very proud to have finally have obtained this card. It's nothing that I really thought I'd own, but I kind of took the plunge at the end of March before the eBay bucks went away, and it was when they were doing the 5% promotion, so I ended up padding my eBay bucks quite nicely with this purchase. So I'm going to show some cards that I picked up this week. A lot of the cards I picked up have been 91-cent shipping cards. I've been really pushing the 2021 Donruss parallel sets, the Hollow View foils, the orange, the blue, the purple, the red, the Liberty parallels, the I still need a David Ortiz base card to complete my base set. I've been picking up quite a few of those cards, and I've just been putting them away as I get them. I made a spreadsheet, basically put all the different types of parallels across the top, and then the name of the card and the card number, and then I've been just kind of filling in the blanks as I get them. I got 6 or 7 of those in the mail. 5 or 6 today. I've also been working on the tops parallels, basically just the blue border, yellow border, gold, rainbow, and I guess you could say they're rainbow gold. They have a goldish border to them, and they're kind of in the rainbow style, so I call them rainbow gold. I don't know if that's what they're officially called, but been building those sets as well. The Topps base Series 1 Red Sox only has 7 cards if you don't include the Bobby Dahlbeck short print and the Ted Williams short print and the Rafael Devers short print, because they don't make the parallels of all those cards. So I did not include those in my checklist, so it's only 7 base cards to obtain. So that's a lot easier than Donruss, which is 12 cards, and currently I think I'm working on 7 or 8 different parallel sets. There's the pink hollows too. But I've been just putting those in my binder as I get them. So I picked up quite a few of those, and I still have a bunch more coming. Again, I've been saving a lot of money with the new, plain white envelope with tracking, which will more than make up for what I'm losing in eBay bucks. I had 6 envelopes in the mail today that all cost me between nothing and $1. And normally, if I actually purchased those cards, which honestly I probably wouldn't have if the shipping was $3.50 or $4. I'm looking at saving just in today's probably $15, $16 in shipping. So it takes me a while to earn that in eBay bucks with a lot of small purchases at 1%. So the eBay bucks, I'll try to take advantage when they have the 5%. That's when I'll probably search for some more expensive cards to take advantage of that. But for now, I'm okay with it because of the fact that I'm saving so much on shipping. So let me get to some of the items that I picked up over the last week or so, and I'll end the video with my Holy Grail card. So these 2 cards I picked up from the same seller, and for some reason this set has been very difficult for me to find. It's a 1998 Upper Deck Retro. I have Pedro and Nomar, same seller, shipped together, 91-cent shipping. I think I paid 99 cents a piece for the cards, but for some reason these cards are harder to find for me. I don't know why. So happy to take those off my want list. And then I also picked up a nice vintage card that completed my 1952 Bowman team set. It is the Jim Pearsall card. Pretty nice condition. It's hard to tell because there's some tape on the back of this with a label and a barcode. Very organized seller. Card's in really good condition. I'll be putting that into my binder. He graded it as VG Excellent, which is a fair grade for sure. No creasing or anything on this card. It matches a lot of the other 52 Bowmans that I have, but this actually completed my 52 Bowman team set. No Williams in that set, so a little more reasonably priced to complete that team set. So definitely a nice thing to do whenever you can complete a vintage set of any kind, whether it's a complete set, team set, player run, whatever. So I'm happy about that. Next card I'm going to show, this was a buy it now, free shipping, and a pretty good deal. I've got a lot of Fred Lynn autograph cards, but this one I did not have. This is from 2000, I believe it's 2005. Looks like maybe like 2004. Upper Deck Classics, Classic Seasons, of course commemorating his rookie year of 1975 when he was AL Rookie of the Year and MVP and led the Red Sox to the pennant. This one was $8.99 free shipping, so anytime I can get an on-card Fred Lynn autograph for under $10 shipped, I'm going to jump on that any day. And that's just a nice looking card. And again, I love these cards from the early 2000s, mid 2000s. They're drying up. This one is not serial numbered, but a beautiful card. And for under $10. Loving that. And then this lot right here that I picked up was a two-piece lot. And it's a beautiful autograph card and a relic card from the new 2021 Donruss. And it's really nice. The relic card is of Wade Boggs. Shout out to John, Wade Boggs fan. Nice looking back card. Not a serial numbered version. They do have other versions of this card. I believe I've seen numbered to 99 and 25 also. I'm just happy to get the base. This basically was a throw-in with the real reason that I bought the lot was to get this nice autographed Boggs card. This is that a sticker? Yeah, it's a sticker auto, but it's a nice clean one. It's the classic autographs from 2021 Donruss. Nice looking card, not serial numbered, very shiny. And definitely a nice looking Boggs card. Always love to add Hall of Famers to my collection. Alright, and those also, again, that was a lot from the same seller. And, well, I actually have a couple more things. This was a gift from a coworker. He lived in South Carolina and was always a Red Sox fan down there, as they did not have really any professional sports teams down there. And he always saved Red Sox things, and he's moved back to Maine about 4 or 5 years ago. And basically a lot of his boxes just stayed, packed up, never unpacked a lot of stuff. And he's been going through some stuff, and he knows what a big Red Sox fan and collector I am. And he's just genuinely a really nice guy. And he asked me last week, he said, I found some stuff you might like. And he ended up bringing it in, and one of the items he brought in was a VHS tape of Cowboy Up, which was put out by Nesson after the 2003 season, and I actually already had that. So he asked me, do I have a VCR? And I said, of course I do. And he said, yeah. He says, well, you might like this. And so I actually have, my copy is sealed, and this one was open, so I might just keep this one if I ever want to watch it. It's fun to go back and watch VHS tapes. The graininess, the quality, of course, is just so much less. But that's what we grew up with, and it was the big thing back when I was a kid, was to go to the video store and rent VHS movies or, episodes of your favorite cartoons or TV shows. So that brings back a nice memory for me. I had already put it in my duplicate room, so I don't have it to show, but it's just a VHS tape. And then he gave me this cool little set of magnetic mini bobs. I do not have this, so this is kind of cool. I think it's from 2004, and it is Forever Collectibles, and it features Nomar, Manny, and Pedro Martinez. So this is kind of cool. I guess they're magnetic on the bottom. So that was a nice gift from a coworker. And then this was several lots that I purchased from the same seller, and none of these I had. These are Die Hard magazines, the official magazine of the Red Sox. These were put out in 2004 and 2007, had the complete run of 04 and 07s. And ironically, I believe this is actually the first issue that was issued as a magazine format like this, like a glossy magazine. Because I went back and looked today when I was looking through my spreadsheet before I entered them. I did not have any of these. I had several from 2005 up, but I didn't have any 2004s. And I went back and looked at my old binders that have the newspaper style, like the old Sporting News style magazines, and they ended in 2003. So this, I believe, is the first issue that they put out in the regular size format. It's a spring training preview issue of 2004, of course coming off that heartbreaking end to the 2003 season. And just a nice looking, I'm sorry, I'm showing the wrong one. This is actually the October 2004, I'm sorry. This is the one that I was speaking of. This is the spring training issue with Theo and Tito on the cover, and some of their new additions. And again, nothing major. It was Ellis Burks, Bill Miller, who was a big part of the team, and Young Kim. So this was kind of cool. And then this one right here was actually October of 2004 when they were starting the postseason. So I have one with Nomar when Nomar was traded. Then we have Veritek and Kurt Schilling, Tim Wakefield, Manny Ramirez. This one is from 2007, April. Of course, Dice K was a big thing back in spring training of 2007. And then we had another Manny, Papelbon, Josh Beckett, ironically enough, Mr. Alex Cora. This episode featured the depth of the team of their reserve players. Petey, Pedroia. And then, of course, we have the little thicker version. This is the World Series champion version with Papelbon on the cover. And then we have a March 2009 Pedroia MVP. Then we have April 2009 when Jim Rice was inducted into the Hall of Fame. And then we have May of 2012 commemorating Veritek and Wakefield saying goodbye. And then March of 2012, this one featuring current Red Sox star and at that time top prospect Xander Bogaerts. So ironically, I think I got 17 issues here and I did not have any of them. So that is really super cool. That's pushing me now near almost 800 different magazines and publications that I own, all different. So I would already have these in sleeves and in a binder had I not bought. Well, I knew what I was buying. I went to my LCS. They were out of the Ultra Pro 8.5 by 11 clear sleeves. So I bought the 8x10s thinking, well, these will be okay. But the 8x10s actually have almost looks like a perforated line on the bottom. They're more meant for 8x10 photos because they hold them nice and snug and they don't slide around. And I thought the magazines would fit in them, but they don't. I bought a whole box of 100 of them for like $19. I know that a lot of my autographed 8x10s are in 8.5 by 11 sleeves, so I may end up switching out some of those so I don't have to buy another box for now. But I think I'll have enough to do these and get them into a binder. But that the seller then emailed me afterwards and said, hey, I got a bunch more diehards if you're interested. And I said, yeah. And basically said, look, if you give them to me at a reasonable price like these were, I'm interested. If you're gonna jack the price because I'm telling you that I'm interested in them, then no, thank you. There's not a lot of market for these types of things. I'm usually the only bidder. I was the only bidder on these. Unless you're talking vintage magazines or publications or yearbooks or media guides, whatever, then you get competition. I don't usually have any competition on these, so I'm not going to overpay for them. But I haven't seen him list them yet, so I'm hoping it's coming because I will jump on them if he has more that I don't have. I'd love to have a complete run of the Die Hard magazines. I always like these. Now for my Holy Grail card. And I'm not even going to waste time talking about it. It was a top 10 list on my top 10 list that I did last year. And it probably was one of the more affordable ones on my top 10 list, believe it or not. At the time, there were some that were cheaper, but now I think I'd have to pay through the roof for some of those. But here it is without too much fanfare. And it's a complete set of mine as well. It's the 1959 Fleer Ted Williams, Ted Signs for 59 card. Really nice condition. I love this card. I got a really good deal on this card. The seller had a whole bunch of these and sold a lot of vintage cards. So even though it wasn't graded, I felt very confident in buying it. The back is pretty clean. There's a little bit of a surface wear. I wouldn't call it a crease because it doesn't go through the card, but it's hard to tell from this picture. But just a beautiful card. I'm very, very thrilled to own this card. It's a very iconic card in the hobby and definitely very hard to come by in any condition. Centering is off on it, but the corners are pretty nice on it. I'm very pleased with it. I'm very happy about it. I got a good deal. I actually made an offer on this card from another seller that had a couple of them, and it was graded. And I offered actually what was ended up being $20 higher than the last selling price of the same grade, and it was a PSA 4, I want to say, or maybe even a 5. And I actually offered $20 more than what the selling price was, and he rejected my offer, didn't even counter offer. Now it was like $80 less than what he was asking, but it was a fair offer based on comp. So I kept it in my watch list, but I gave up, and then I saw this one come up for $200 less than what I had offered on the other one, and he also had a best offer. So I offered him a very fair price. I brought the price down, and then he countered. He met me in the middle, and he was very enthusiastic. He says, he was from New England and said, I'd love for another New Englander to own this card. And so I took his counter offer gladly. He shipped it very quickly. It was very well protected, and I'm thrilled to have it in my collection. Again, the 1959 Fleer Ted Williams card number 68. Ted signs for 59. An iconic card, completes my 59 Fleer Ted Williams set. Now I can say I have the complete set, not the complete set minus number 68. I love it when I see that on eBay. It's a complete set, but it's missing a card. Okay, that's kind of an oxymoron. But I'm thrilled to have it. So there you have it. I've had it in my possession for like a week or 10 days. And like I said, I made a video, but I just never got it posted. So I wanted to kind of end this video with this. So I'm excited to have it. It's going to go back in the display case. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I am expecting still a bunch of stuff in the mail, but it's all lower end. Like I said, mostly 2021 stuff. I've got a few decent cards in there. I've got another card that's one I've been looking for a while that I got really cheap. I was really excited to get it. A nice vintage card, so I'm hoping that one comes in the next few days. I've been kind of backing off the videos a little bit lately. Haven't really felt like doing a ton of them. Like I said, what I've been getting, I don't want to bore people with a bunch of, parallel base cards, so I've just been kind of putting those away as I get them and keeping my checklists up to date. So that's about it. I'll end this video now. Thanks again for watching, and I hope everybody's doing well, and take care.